Hard work was never meant to make you rich. Let me say this clearly, right from the start. Hard work was never meant to make you rich. If hard work created wealth, the people breaking their backs every day would already be at the top. But that's not what we see. People working 2 jobs, 3 jobs, overtime, weekends. They're not getting rich, they're just getting older and more tired. From the time you were young, you were sold a very clean, very polite story. Work hard, be patient, do the right thing, and eventually you'll make it. And you believed it. You went to school, you followed rules, you showed up, you stayed disciplined, you swallowed frustration and kept going. You did everything you were told a responsible adult should do. But the longer you play this game, the harder it becomes to ignore one feeling. Something is wrong. You're not lazy. You're not stupid. You didn't suddenly lose motivation. And yet, your life doesn't really move forward. Every month looks the same. You don't plan for freedom. You plan for survival. Enough money, no emergencies, nothing unexpected. That's not progress. That's defense. You're not building a life. You're holding one together. At some point, a thought shows up that people don't like admitting out loud. If I keep doing this until I'm 45 or 55, does anything actually change? That thought is dangerous. Because once you allow it, you can't unsee the pattern. So most people do the safest thing. They ignore it. They distract themselves. They tell themselves, everyone feels this way. This is just how life is. Here's the truth. You didn't fail. You followed the instructions perfectly. The problem is the instructions were never designed to make you wealthy. They were designed to make you functional. Hard work in this system has a very specific purpose. Keep things running, keep people reliable, keep society stable. Not to create freedom. Look at how you're paid. You trade time for money. You show up, you get paid. You stop showing up, income stops. Your entire financial life is tied directly to your presence. That means no presence, no income, no time, no money. This isn't a conspiracy, it's a structure, and structures reward certain behaviors and ignore others. Here's the uncomfortable part. Time is finite, and effort scales very poorly. You can work harder today, you can push yourself this year, but you can't duplicate yourself. You can't stretch a day beyond 24 hours. That means your income has a ceiling built into it from the start, no matter how motivated you are. This is why just work harder is such a dangerous piece of advice. It sounds responsible. It sounds moral. But in reality, it just keeps people running faster inside the same lane. You're not advancing. You're just exhausting yourself inside a system with fixed limits. And here's the part most people hate hearing. The system doesn't hate you. It's not evil. But it also doesn't care if you're rich. It needs you. Consistent, predictable, productive, tired enough not to question too much? If you become wealthy, great. If you don't, also fine. Either way, the system keeps moving. So expecting this structure to make you rich is like expecting a treadmill to take you somewhere. Now compare that to a different group of people. Not people who do nothing. Not scammers. Not lottery winners. People who don't sell all of their income for time. They own something. A small business, a system, a product, an audience, a digital asset. Most of these things aren't glamorous. They're slow, messy, sometimes boring. But they share one critical property. They don't instantly die when the owner steps away. That's it. That's the difference. People love to judge these people. They say they're lucky, they exploit others, they don't work hard. But here's the real difference. They chose ownership over obedience. Not overnight, not without effort, but intentionally. And this is where the real trap is. Hard work itself is not the biggest mistake. The real mistake is working hard inside something you don't own. You improve, the system benefits. You optimize, someone else scales. You sacrifice, the structure grows stronger. And you get a raise that barely matters more. Responsibility, more pressure. This is why so many people feel angry but stuck. They can see the problem, but they're too invested to stop. They've built their identity around being responsible, reliable, hardworking. So even when they realize the game is broken, they keep playing because quitting feels irresponsible. Let me be clear. I'm not telling you to quit your job. I'm not telling you to gamble your future. I'm not selling escape fantasies. I'm telling you something colder and more useful. If all you rely on is hard work, you will remain dependent. And dependency is the opposite of freedom. Hard work keeps you alive. It keeps you stable. It keeps you inside the system. But if you want, leverage options, room to breathe, control over your time, then at some point you must build or own something that works without you being there every second. There is no workaround. This truth isn't motivational. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't go viral because it's nice. But it explains why so many people feel tired, anxious, and stuck, even though they've done everything right. This channel isn't here to comfort you. It won't tell you just try a little harder. It will tell you this, honestly, hard work isn't wrong. But if you never change the structure, you'll spend your life running inside a very clean, very polite cage. If you can handle that truth, stay. If not, you're free to leave.